this is Chia-Hao Li. Thank you for watching this new installation video on MacBook, because I got some requests from the Mac user that they want me to go through the installation process again on Mac. And the whole process is very similar, but I will just go through it again. So first of all, this is a MacBook Air 2022 with an M2 Apple Silicon chip. Fairly powerful, and the Mac OS system is now in Sequoia version 15.5. So before you try PtyRAD, you probably want to make sure that you have updated your OS system so that it's fairly modern. Also, if you happen to have an M2 chip, you will be able to run PtyRAD on your MacBook slightly faster. So, okay, in terms of installation, first of all, usually when you open up your terminal, it will be a simple Z shell. And you can see that in this Z shell, we are already in a conda environment that's in the base environment. And if you don't have conda installed in your MacBook, that is totally fine. In this case, I highly recommend you to use the, I actually highly recommend you to install the miniforge, which is a much lightweight distribution of conda other than Anaconda. Also, the miniforge distribution comes with a much faster environment solver. So that means when you solve for package dependency, it's actually running much faster than just Anaconda. But if you already have Anaconda, that is totally fine. We will still go through the installation process without any issue. I'm just recommending using miniforge. And one thing we do notice is when you are building Python environment and getting these packages, it occurs that sometimes your package installer version may have some differences here. So just to make sure everyone's pulling the correct package version, we'll actually suggest people to, first of all, getting to your conda environment and to check your package installer version. If you are using pip to install your package, just to check your pip version. In this case, I'm gonna do conda list pip, and you'll see that I'm using a fairly modern pip version, which is 24. If you find out your pip version is kind of old, that may be resolving to incorrect packages. So we will suggest you to update your pip. In this case, 24 is already quite new, but I will still do a quick update. So python-m pip install -- upgrade pip. So this is just gonna update pip here. You can see that now we have updated our pip to 25. And we may actually need to do this after we create a new conda environment, but that's okay. Alrighty, so now in terms about installing PtyRAD, we always want to create a new Python environment, conda create -n PtyRAD, and I want Python 3.12. Okay. Alrighty. So we're now creating the new isolated Python environment just for PtyRAD. And now we have created the environment. Let's activate it. Conda activate PtyRAD. Just to be safe, I'm just gonna double check the pip version here. 25.1. Yep. So it's probably a system-wide installation. Alrighty. And another thing I also noticed is if you happen to have been using pip to install other packages, sometimes it may cache some of the packages, and it could potentially lead to incorrect package dependency solving. So I will actually also suggest people to clean up the cache of your pip. So let's do this: python-m pip cache purge. So this is just gonna remove the cache packages in your pip, just to ensure that, okay, now whatever package we're trying to install is not gonna use the cache version. It's always gonna use the latest resolve version that's available. Okay, Now we have update our pip. We also clean up the cache. We should be able to get the latest, most stable version of all the dependent packages. So in order to install PtyRAD, which is extremely simple, you just do pip install PtyRAD. And it doesn't matter whether you are using a normal MacBook or you are using a MacBook with a M2 chip. It's all gonna resolve to the same PyTorch build version. So you don't need to have like special command to specify which PyTorch you are getting. As long as you have correctly updated your pip, make sure it's in the modern version, and also you have correctly purged or removed the cache of your pip, then it should all solve to the correct version. And you can see that it's actually installing pretty fast on the Unix system like Linux or a MacBook, which is pretty cool. And now we have successfully installed PtyRAD into this PtyRAD Python environment, and let's just do some quick check. So PtyRAD check -GPU. It's going to take a couple seconds to import the entire PyTorch into the Python environment. And you can see that it's showing in terms of our GPU information. Yes, we already have this MPS, which is the metal, the Apple Silicon GPU backend is called MPS here. You can see the MPS available, which means we can actually utilize the MPS backend to accelerate your PtyRAD reconstruction. And if we try PtyRAD print system info, we're gonna see a little bit more information in terms of, okay, we'll be seeing the operating system. This is the machine we're using. We have MPS available. That means you have the correct PyTorch installed, and all the other relevant information about the packages. And just to do a quick demonstration, I'm gonna open VS Code. Actually, cool. So VS Code is just like a modern code editor, and I have already downloaded the PtyRAD repo, but actually you don't need the whole repo. You just need the demo folder, which you can find from the GitHub repo or find it from our box folder or the Zenodo record. I'm just gonna quickly run a script so you can see that our new PtyRAD environment has been successfully created. So I'm gonna select this newly created PtyRAD environment. Gonna execute the cell. Again, loading a data is gonna take maybe 10-ish seconds, and then it's gonna do some initialization. But you can see that the whole installation process is very straightforward, and we have already gone through the whole initialization. Let's try to run PtyRAD on the MPS device. And you can see that the created optimizable parameters are all in the MPS device, which means they are in on the GPU memory here, and you can see that it's already running. So that's pretty much it. It's very similar to the Windows or the Linux system. You pretty much just create your conda environment and activate a conda environment, and you just do the pips install PtyRAD, and that's it. Thank you for watching.